All right, and we're back with a brand new episode of the Let's Not Do This podcast. Fuck it, doing it live. I don't think we're supposed to curse that early into the intro. I don't think YouTube or anybody likes that. But
we don't make money anyways.
Yeah, it's hard to take more out of zero. What is it? Can't squeeze blood from a turnip or something? Is that
Not where we're from. They don't say that.
No. Old people do. I don't know. Sitting alongside, you got the Big O here. And two of the three unwise men. To my right, I guess, if you're looking at the screen, one Scotty Too Hottie. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. Been on a tear gambling the last week, except for today. Stupid LSU kind of screwed me. But we finally get a good Thursday night matchup. First one of the year, probably.
I'm very excited for that. And I won some money like a degenerate today betting on Vermont basketball at 11:30 a.m. So I got that going.
Yeah, I'm up like 14 units this month. So doing pretty good.
Speaking of being on the tear, a man who, like Natalie Imbruglia is torn. Chris,
am I torn? I'm not torn.
Oh, you're torn. You've been torn.
My muscles are torn. Going to the gym.
I don't think you got that.
What's his last name?
Yeah. Well, yes, Rip Torn. How are you, sir?
I've been better. I'm sore as fuck. But
is that a glass of water that you're drinking?
Yes.
Wow.
Damn.
Gotta hydrate.
Yes.
From the tap or from a bottle?
It's filtered through the fridge.
Okay, you got that going for you. I was going to worry about you. You were drinking. I know where you live, what county. And if you were drinking the tap water, I was going to have some concerns.
Have you ever seen my house?
I have not. I picture that you live behind the Barnes and Noble, and this is all a fake backdrop.
Yeah, this is my roommate's office. I just added some personal effects here.
Stolen Hulk cartoons?
It was given to me.
Oh, well, that's what they say. It fell off the truck.
Yeah. He got it at the gym.
That's what he was born. Yeah. And a man who hopefully is not being torn right now, but his absence continues. I think he's finding himself or on an ayahuasca trip or finding God.
Darkness retreat.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows where? But one Ryan, I think he's at a hair club for men convention actually. Well, we'll see him soon. We'll see him soon. And as you all have kind of see, we're in three different rooms. Thankfully, we don't like to be around Chris or smell him unless we have to. But
took 2 showers today, sir.
Ooh. Well, the Let's Not Do This podcast studio is no more. The rent was too damn high.
Too damn high.
Too damn high. And you people have not done a good enough job of bringing us revenue.
So hey, you can't say you people anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is people. People that live under the streets in Las Vegas. I watched the documentary.
That's fine.
Yeah. But so, yeah, this is a little bit more economical in the meantime. And we get to go live and stream with you lovely people right now across, Scotty, where were you on? Facebook, YouTube?
We should be streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and our 14 Twitter followers. Should be streaming live on there.
Well, hopefully those Russian
is anybody paying attention to see if that's actually happening?
Yeah, we're on the YouTube for sure. So I'm assuming it's working everywhere else. Yeah.
You keeping up with any live comments or anything?
Yeah, if you guys want to comment live, those comments
viewers?
Pop up. We will
I think they'll show up here.
And we can interact with them throughout the show. I imagine some guy in Kabul is watching right now. And he's
very confused.
Yeah, very confused and wants to execute Chris for his sunglasses wearing. But we got that going on. So, all right, we Scotty alluded to it a little while ago. We have Thursday night football this evening, and we actually have a good Thursday night football game.
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
Al Michaels is going to be happy.
And so, will he be coherent during this game?
No, but he'll be happy.
He's still not going to eat a vegetable. He said he's never eaten a vegetable in his life.
That's impossible. Like your mother would have had to have fed you like a turnip when you were 4.
Probably. You know? Yeah. Why do you keep saying turnip? That's 2 turnip references.
I don't know. I think well, don't you have turnips around like the holidays?
I can't. I don't think I've ever had a turnip.
I don't know. I got turnips on the brain.
Okay.
I've
Maybe
eaten turnips before. They're not good.
maybe we should make a turnip beer.
No,
I'll drink that.
I don't
It
think
might be
so.
okay. It's got to be good for something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Well, anyway, finally a good Thursday night football game. Baltimore at Cincinnati. No T. Higgins for the Bengals tonight. I don't think any of us have this game on our picks this week. Am I right?
No.
No, I thought about it, but I didn't.
No. Okay. So yeah, no picks officially. So Scotty, I'll start with you. What are you looking forward to tonight? What do you want to see? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's gonna be a close game. I bet the Bengals plus 3.5. I don't like that it went up to 4, but I just think it's going to be like a 3-point game either way. I do think the Ravens will probably win, but I'm just looking forward to a good game. The Bengals are probably going to have to come out desperate, but the Ravens at home, I think they're going to edge them out. I'm looking for like a 24-21 type of game.
Baltimore is a weird team because like in my thought process, I thought they were the best team in the league, and they gave up, the goose to Cleveland last week. The same thing I said before about them. I feel like they don't know how to step on teams' necks and put them away. I feel like they always play closer games than what they need to. And hey, when you got the foot of Justin Tucker, you can win a lot of games like that. I got a feeling this is going to be one of those very close games, and he's going to make a couple field goals that are going to decide things late. I think they're going to have to run the ball a lot. I feel like maybe see Lamar run a little bit more than he has. And what's the guy, Keaton Mitchell, the running back? Yeah,
I don't know where. Yeah,
the pickup in fantasy. I expect to see a lot out of him. So I'm kind of in that like 24-21 Baltimore kind of realm. What about you, Chris?
I said exactly what I said.
Is that what you said? 24?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! I literally was thinking that all day. Fine, I'll put prices right on you.
That's all right.
22-19.
Hey.
How about that?
The 2 picks. No, keep your pick. The 2 picks we had the same last week both hit. So.
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think it's going to be similar. Probably the low 20s. Cincinnati's desperate. They want to keep pace and try and make the playoffs, but we'll see what Baltimore's got to be pissed.
Yeah, but Cincinnati too, though.
Well, just giving up the loss from last week to Cleveland, you expect to see a little bit more fire out of Baltimore?
I think Chris is frozen.
Yeah, he looks like he's stuck in carbonite or whatever it is.
I think he's just thinking about it.
Yeah, he also looks kind of like a homeless.
There we go. Was that me?
Yeah, you're on dial-up internet over there.
We thought you were just thinking really hard.
Yeah,
I was. My bad. But yeah, should be a good game.
I hope you're right about.
It'll be the best Thursday night game.
I hope you're right about Lamar running more because I did put one of those free $50 ESPN bets on him to get the first touchdown tonight.
I'm glad you said that. So I have a coworker who I helped sign up for that this afternoon, and I was a little ticked because I guess all three of us migrated our accounts from Barstool Bet to ESPN Bets.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Chris, but I mean you did.
Yeah.
So apparently I had an account. I didn't know I had an account because it said use this email address is already in use.
Oh,
so you probably signed up at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I never signed up for Barstool. I might have signed up for Penn National when it first started.
It's all the same.
So that's the same. Yeah, same company, same thing. That would make sense. So yeah, you get the $200. My buddy, I gave him the promo code, and he got the $200 plus. He'll get another the Action Network of the thing where you get like another $50 in 24 to 48 hours. So he's got that going for him.
Yeah, I had never completed the process because I was at Kickbacks last night. So the service is terrible. And I had to upload my ID. Like I never completed the process. I still have to put my picture of my ID and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, my friend had to do that as well. Upload his ID and all that stuff. It's weird. I've never had to do that. He had to take a picture of his face. I've never had to do that across any of these gambling apps.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I've had to take a picture of my ID like when it first launched for like BetMGM and stuff, but that was it.
before it became legal, one of the overseas sites I was using tried to get me to like do a press or like a stamp of my credit card, and I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Absolutely
You can
not.
keep whatever little money that I was trying to withdraw.
Some Bahamian bank has your credit card now.
No, they didn't get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we'll see what happens on Thursday night. Isn't there like a bad college game tonight too?
Boston College and
Boston College and
Virginia
Pitt.
Tech?
No,
No.
it's Pitt.
It's
In
Pitt.
fact, I actually saw on the Old Row Facebook page, I don't know what app it was, but it was screenshots. You could get, as of like an hour and a half ago, you could get tickets to BC at Pitt for $1. And they weren't all uppers. Some were like some decent
Wow.
lower level seats.
if
BC,
it's buy one get one free, I'll take it.
hey, isn't that what Miami's got going on right now? It's like buy one get two free.
Jeez.
I think Miami has that. The Hurricanes have that going on right now. Buy one get two free for their last home game. Which tough times in Coral Gables. So what are you gonna do? All right. Well, let's go into the picks from last week. I think we all had a successful week. No, give it so.
Me and you did. Chris did okay. We all went with 2-1 in college.
First week back.
Yeah.
I'll do better this week.
Me and you, Leon, went 3-0 in the NFL. Chris went 1-2 in the NFL.
Well, there we go. Well, we'll see what happens,
It happens.
this week here with this slate of games. I'm looking to go 3-0 as well, and I've also I haven't put as many units on my bets as I have during this show. This week, I feel confident. I got 5 extra units on this parlay that I'm putting down.
0-6 coming up.
5 units, ladies and gentlemen. So you know what? Since I feel so
You're
confident,
parlaying all the picks together?
I do that every week of what I put on here.
Why not just win money instead?
Hey, you gotta live dangerously. I'm Riverboat Ron. Well,
So do both.
can I have your credit card?
No.
Well, that ends that. All right, so I'll start off college football here. Actually, you know what, Scotty? I'll let you start off. I'll let you start off.
You let me start off, so we're doing college first?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
all right.
ahead. Go ahead and do college first.
All right. Well, my first pick here is going to be Colorado and Washington State. That is Friday night. I'm going with the over 62.5 is where I got it this morning on FanDuel. This number just seems kind of low to me. You got 2 very bad defenses and two offenses that have been kind of up and down, but I think they're both going to be able to move the ball against each other. I just think this game's going to get into the 70s probably. I think that's just way too low, 62.5. So give me the over on that. And
That game in Pullman. I wonder what the weather is there, because it always gets kind of dicey this time of year when you go to extreme eastern Washington.
I think I looked at it. I don't think it was bad. Hopefully not. I mean, that could explain why that number is that low.
Yeah,
So-
It could. I might get on the under on that game. I gotta wonder about Colorado's motivations at this point. I know what they have.
Weather is, unless you're talking about wind, weather's overrated when it comes to the number. Because you can make some money doing overs just because the line drops so much. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 2 on your
Number 2.
I believe you're staying out in the former
Pac-12.
conference champions as well.
Yep. So I got Arizona at home against Utah. I got Arizona -1. I got this at MGM this morning. I think Utah's a different team on the road, and they like to run the ball, and Arizona gives up only 99 yards a game on the ground. So I think they're going to be able to neutralize them a bit. And Arizona, they're playing well. They've won 4 straight, including home wins against UCLA and Oregon State. So 2 pretty good teams that have come into their place and lost. And I just don't think Utah is going to be able to go in there and win. And plus, Arizona still got a shot at the title game for the Pac-12. So they got a lot to play for, and I think they're going to keep rolling.
I like that. I like that. I have that game on my radar too. What was your pick again?
Arizona -1.
Arizona -1.
Yeah.
All right, and your college football finale.
My last pick here is Georgia at Tennessee. I've been kind of fading Tennessee and riding with Georgia a lot this year. I'm going to keep that going. I got Georgia minus 10. I guess you could say that's a lot of points, but Georgia is back to being Georgia, and Tennessee's been kind of underwhelming. And I've been kind of under the belief that Tennessee is a way better team at home, but going back and looking at their schedule, it's really not the case. Let's look at their home games. Their first game is UVA. Not even going to get into that.
Well,
but they played
a neutral site. It was in Nashville, but yeah.
That's a home game for them.
Yeah.
And then they had UTSA, South Carolina, Texas A&M, and UConn. So their best team they played at home this year fired their coach for $26,000 a day is what he's getting paid to not coach them. So that's how bad their home schedule is. And they only scored 20 against A&M. So I just think Georgia's going to go in there and roll over them, and they're going to win by more than 10.
I think I heard on the radio that Georgia was 2-8 against the number this year.
Yeah, but what about the last, I bet you those 2 wins are probably the last 2
of the last 2, yeah.
Yeah, I just think they're back to being themselves.
No,
Georgia's time to get ready to win another championship. They're back to being Georgia.
Georgia's definitely found the kill switch, and they're definitely stepping on teams the last couple of weeks. And look, I'm not denigrating Missouri in any way, shape, or form, but what Missouri did to Tennessee last week, that's a humbling experience here. Eli Drinkwitz's Tigers are good. And I think in our college football brains, we don't associate Missouri with being good. I think we all grew up when Tennessee was Tennessee. But what they did to them last week, I don't think Tennessee has any soul left.
That was one of my picks last week. So.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, you want to do your college 3 next?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. I'll start you off. I know where you're going for your first one.
Everybody knows where I'm going with the first one. Illinois at Iowa. Iowa, I got it at 30.5. So Iowa under. Always.
Iowa's hit the under in all 10 games this season.
No, the Central Michigan game, they went over.
Oh, I thought it was.
They scored 45 or something stupid, but that was the only one.
Okay, I must have read that stat.
Yeah.
I actually have this game on my radar too, so I'll let you know where I go with that in a little bit. But don't hate
under
it.
30.5. Easy
it.
peasy.
All right, your next one here. You are a couple teams that will be in the Big Ten next year.
Yep. UCLA at USC. I'm going USC minus 6.5. I have no reason to do this. I'm just doing it.
Is this the swan song for Chip Kelly?
It might be. It might just be.
That's what everyone's saying online, that he's going to get the pink slip.
They've had a decent year, but they're not what they expected him to be when he came back. They wanted him to be Oregon 2.0, and that has not come to fruition. So
yeah, it just hasn't been there. You look across town, your arch rival has a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. And
it's probably Caleb Williams' last game. He's going to want to show out.
Yeah, and then they're going into the meat grinder. That's the Big Ten next year. They want to make a splash, and they're going to have more money from that Big Ten TV deal to do something. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with UCLA and Chip Kelly going forward. But all accounts, looks like he may be done.
Yeah, I like USC minus 6.5 there.
And then you stay out west for your last college game.
Yep, Oregon at Arizona State. The total is 55. So Oregon's playing in the game. I'm going over that. Arizona State's not that good, I guess. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to them all year, but it's Oregon. So over 55 total. Easy money.
Yeah, Oregon's going to score, but is Arizona State going to be able to put any points on the board?
Maybe 10. That means Oregon's only got to put up 46.
45. You might get a push. Like I said, you're getting a push there. 45-10.
Hey, one thing I will say, you got to wonder, Oregon, next week they got the Civil War with Oregon State. They lost that game last year, and it's going to be the last Civil War for some time because those teams are going to be in different leagues. You got to wonder, will they be looking forward?
They're not looking ahead. They're on a mission because they know that if they beat Washington in the Pac-12 championship, they're going to the playoffs. So
Hopefully.
They got to get there first.
There's one. I was actually looking at this earlier. If Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC title game, then they're both going to still get in. Like Georgia's still going to get in. Bama, yeah, Georgia will still be a top 4.
They both can't be in. There's not this year. Not the way the Pac-12 has been.
They're not going to knock Georgia.
The best league, top to bottom. And
I'm just telling you, they're not going to knock Georgia down from 1 to 5.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and Chris, you're right. The Pac-12 has been the best league, but the Pac-12 has really cannibalized itself this year as well.
They would need a Florida State loss.
Yeah, a Florida State loss would do a lot of those teams a lot of good.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Oregon. I put a future in on them a couple weeks ago at 14-1. They're going to beat Washington. They're going to win the Pac-12. They can beat anybody.
Where Bo Nix is a Heisman
front runner.
Yeah.
He's almost even money.
And he's going to be potentially playing in the college football playoff. And this was a guy that was maligned and run out of town at Auburn. It's strange times that we live in.
Yeah, it is weird.
Well, when you play for 8 years, eventually you might get good. All
right. Well, I will shift over to my college picks here. I'm going out to the desert as well. Saturday, 2:30, Pac-12 Network, Arizona and Utah. The line is Arizona -1, over under is 44.5. I'm going with the under in this game. Utes have the 3rd ranked D in the Pac-12. Arizona number 5 defense in the Pac-12. Both these teams are a little stingy. Arizona's playing really well last couple of weeks. I think Jedfish is really starting to put things together and build something there in Tucson. But I don't see a lot of points. I see a back alley street fight here. I like the under 44.5 in Tucson. And then Chris's favorite team, Iowa, number 16 at home, hosting Illinois, Saturday, 3:30 on FS1. As Chris said earlier, Iowa -3, over under is 30.5. Iowa can clinch the Big Ten West outright with a win. Their D has only allowed 1 rushing touchdown this season. 1 rushing touchdown. And they're about to play their 11th game of the year. That's insane.
Stupid. Yeah.
Illinois won this game 9-6 last year in Champaign. It doesn't surprise me if you flip the script and see this score this time around, but I'm going to go ahead and say 10-6 instead. So Iowa will cover. I'm taking Iowa -3, and I'm saying it's going to be like a 10-6 Hawkeye win there.
I wish Ryan was here to talk about this. I know how much he loves these defensive Big Ten games.
Trust me, whatever soul searching that he's doing right now, I'm sure he's watching Hawkeye.
He's coming out of the darkness for that.
Yeah, he's solid. All right, and then last college game for me, I'm going with the Governor's Cup in Lawrence, Kansas. Number 21 at Kansas State, number 21 at 25, Kansas State, Saturday, 7 o'clock on FS1. Here's a stat for you. Kansas hasn't beaten K-State since 2008. That's a long time. That's approaching that streak that Virginia Tech had. K-State.
What was that streak?
Was it 15, 17?
I forgot. Oh, okay. No, I forgot. I couldn't remember.
That's just not.
Okay.
Kids, don't do what Chris just did. K-State has Big 12 title game aspirations. Kansas technically does as well. The Big 12 tiebreaker scenario is crazy. You have to scratch your ass and spin your head around and do the hokey pokey. Their tiebreaker scenarios don't make any sense to me whatsoever, but they're technically still alive. But I like K-State here, minus the 7.5 that I got them at. The over-under on this was 56.5. I'm taking K-State minus at 7.5. But I think the key is Jason Bean, the Kansas quarterback. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be able to play? I think K-State covers, but this thing could get ugly if Kansas has to try out a third-string quarterback.
Did you watch them last week? Because I'm kind of a Kansas fan right now. I just like them for whatever reason. But that
in and out of the Kansas game last week.
Yeah, that third-string quarterback didn't look too bad. He's definitely got a future.
He ain't faced the defense like K-State's.
I know, but he's going to be better than the backup, than Jason Bean, for sure.
And this is not on your script, but I'm just going to toss a couple that aren't going to go on my official registry. But being that it's rivalry time of year, I had to get these in. and you know me and my love of the FCS. FCS, Harvard at Yale, the game, noon, ESPNU on Saturday. Harvard, by the way, they can win the Ivy League outright with this win. They clinched a share in that triple overtime win over Penn last week. I like the Crimson to get the win over their arch rivals there. The game that I am most excited for, the Brawl of the Wild in Billings, Montana, taking on Montana State. 2 o'clock Saturday, ESPN Plus. Grizzlies looking to avenge a blowout 55-21 shellacking by the Bobcats last year in Bozeman. This game is going to be fun. It's going to be the best game of any level of football this week. I can tell you that right now. But I'm going with Montana at home, holding form there at Washington Grizzly Stadium. And then I wish Ryan was here for this last game. The Florida Classic. FAMU and Bethune-Cookman from Orlando. 7th-ranked Rattlers. Willie Simmons boys are looking good. I like them to run roughshod over Bethune-Cookman. And they'll probably win the Battle of the Band at halftime, too, because let's face it, that's the most important thing. So a little FCS flavor to put on your dance card there. Lines are not out on those games because it's FCS. They'll come out. So I'm just taking those 3 teams straight up, put it in your parlay. Harvard, Montana, Florida A&M. You will never see those 3 schools connected in any way, other shape, or form. But put that on your card.
And you will never see anybody parlay those 3 together either.
Oh, I will. All right. Switching to NFL. Scotty, you went first on college here, so I'll let you go first on the National Football League.
All right, my first pick here is Steelers money line. I got it at even odds on ESPN Bet this morning. I usually don't like betting on against teams with like a backup quarterback because a lot of the times the lines get adjusted too far and the backup plays decent the first game before he falls apart the next week. But this is a different story. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a.k.a. DTR, he had 1 start this year. He turned the ball over 3 times. 3 interceptions. And that's the only thing that, well, the Steelers' running game is starting to come along, but the one thing they do is they take the ball away. And I think this is like the lowest over-under in NFL in a long time.
Yeah.
I think it was 32.5. So those turnovers are going to be, very important. That's going to be probably what turns the game around. I see a couple turnovers and the Steelers winning a very ugly game, like a 20-10 or whatever it's going to be. So give me the Steelers money line for the my first pick here.
Nice. I'm going to toss a caution up to you real quick here. Comment coming in from Owen here. Wants to know who was our pick for Ravens-Bengals. We already hit that, but we get it. People are diving in and out of here. So we'll cycle back through. Sky and I were on the same wavelength here. We both had 24-21 Baltimore. Late Justin Tucker field goal is a difference, in my opinion. Chris, what did you have in this game?
Well, I officially bet the under, but I'll go Bengals. Whatever.
What was the under?
46.5.
46.5 is what you have. So.
It's looking like it feels like a 3-point game either way. So
yeah,
take the Bengals if you're betting with the points.
Toss up, yeah.
There we go. Oh, and thanks for the comment, buddy. All right.
Thanks.
So, Scotty,
somebody's watching.
Well, Yugoslavia or one of those Baltic states. I'm not sure.
I felt like it was like a 0-4 joke or something coming in.
All right. So Pittsburgh, Cleveland. You just hit on Scotty. Next up on your dance card, you got LA.
My last 2 picks are not fun. They're both going to be unders, but that's where we're at in the NFL, especially this week. Seahawks and Rams. I'm going under 46.5 is where I got it this morning, also on ESPN Bet. There just seems like a spot for a bad Geno Smith game. He had his heroics against my Commanders last week. Now he's going on the road against the Rams coming off the bye. Just feels like a spot for a bad week for him. And they haven't been very good other than when they played at Detroit, like week 2. The offense has not been good on the road at all. And neither one of these teams are really hitting over this 46.5 like all year, except for their last game, coincidentally, the Seahawks. But before that, the Seahawks went 5 games in a row without getting over 46.5, and the Rams in their last 4 haven't hit over 46.5.
Do we know what? Did I read somewhere that Matthew Stafford was a little nicked up? Do we know what his status is?
They signed Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Scotty, I think your audio has gone out on us again, sir. Yeah,
Get it together.
We're gonna put Scotty in jail for a second here. Let him figure.
As we should.
Let him figure out his life. While he figures that out, Chris, you want to dive on over to your NFL picks there?
Yeah, I had 2 of those games.
Yeah, you in Cleveland as well. Actually, hold on. Let's see if Scotty's back. Are you alive? Nope, he's still dead. All right. We'll let him figure his life out. In Cleveland.
Yeah, so exact same thinking as Scotty. We are on the same wavelength. Pittsburgh money line. I don't need to repeat everything he said because that's exactly the reason that I'm picking him. So
wash, rinse, repeat. All right.
Yeah.
And now you got the JJ Watt Bowl.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona plus 4.5. Kyler Murray is back. They are better than people think, and I think Houston's just a little overrated. So I think Arizona covers. I think they lose by less than 5.
Scotty, are you alive now?
Can you hear me now?
Hey,
yes.
There we go.
I took my earbuds off, so I don't know how good the quality is going to be. I'll have to work on something for the next week. But yeah,
all right, there. We'll let Chris finish out. In case you missed it, he was on the same boat as you with Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
That's not good.
What do you have for the Arizona game again, Scotty? I mean, Chris.
Arizona plus 4.5.
Arizona plus 4.5. He's not buying into the Houston love there. He's not on the CJ Stroud bandwagon.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I do like the points with the Cardinals too.
Yeah,
I feel like this is going to get away from Arizona and it's going to get ugly. Houston's playing with confidence. They're getting better each week, and it's a team that believes in the system. They believe in their coach, and it's great to watch it grow, to watch it build.
Them young teams.
Arizona won me my only game last week, so in the NFL.
These young teams, like when they're supposed to win, it could be a different ball game.
Yeah. All right, Chris, I'll let you go to your last one before we cycle back to Scotty here.
Yep. Seattle money line. The Rams. Stafford's hurt. Carson Wentz sucks. I don't care.
Stafford's playing.
Yeah,
well, he'll start.
Injury
He's going to hurt himself again.
Yeah.
Actually, like the Rams, but
is that where when you dropped off, Scotty?
I know I had the under in that game.
Okay, so you got the under.
Yeah,
it's a pick 'em. So Seattle money line, and I think, or at least that's where I got him this morning. Yeah.
Okay. And then Scotty, you were going with the under in that game.
So you didn't hear any. You just heard me say Seahawks Rams, and then it.
Then it dropped out there.
All right. So yeah, Seahawks Rams under 46.5. Just a bad spot for Geno, I think, is coming after that game against the Commanders. The heroics at the end. I could just see him kind of having a letdown. And it's 46.5. It's kind of a big number for these two teams. Other than last week, like before last week, the Seahawks didn't hit over this number for 5 weeks in a row, and the Rams haven't hit it in 4 weeks in a row. So divisional game, like I said, I can see Geno and that offense struggling on the road. And just give me that under 46.5.
All right, under 46.5. Seattle and LA Rams. And then Scotty, the last one on your dance card.
Last one, not very fun picks here at the end for me. Another under here, but that's where we're at in NFL. It's the Jets Bills under 40. As long as Josh Allen can stop throwing the ball to the other team, they fired the offensive coordinator. So that's got to be the first thing that they're thinking is, all right, we need to take care of the ball. Maybe we'll actually use our running backs a little bit. Maybe we'll stop just letting Josh Allen just run wild and throw passes all over the field to the other team and whatnot. And I just think, and the Jets are the Jets. So, I mean, I could definitely see this being like a 2010 game. And I think, like I said, a new offensive coordinator probably be more of a conservative game plan for the Bills. And the Bills fit the under in their last 3, and the last 4 matchups between the Bills and the Jets have went under. So give me the under 40.
Josh Allen, in my opinion, just feels like a guy that's in his own head. He just looks like a guy that's overthinking things and doesn't have all the confidence. He needs to play free. And I feel like Ken Dorsey was a scapegoat. I mean, albeit there were some questionable play calls. They couldn't get the run game going last week and stuff, but they missed that field goal. If there's not 12 men on the field, and as Pat McAfee so eloquently put it, whoever's supposed to count, because every team has someone that's counting.
So my question is, shouldn't you know if you're on the field goal team or not?
I mean, a lot of times the sideline's chaos. Guys are running around back and forth. You send the team out. Some guys think, oh, maybe this guy's hurt. He's down. I got to run out of here. Especially at the end of the game when it's like a fire drill situation like that. Chaos can't happen. You should know. Yeah, you're in the NFL.
They should have just left the guys on the field for it.
Yeah.
Dominic Foxworth said that they usually just leave him out there.
Maybe that's what the tough guy was thinking.
Yeah, well, that he could have ran on. Maybe, who knows? But I gotta believe if that kick was missed, if there weren't 12 men, Ken Dorsey still has a job. Were you going to fire him after you won that game?
It's a different narrative, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Trayvon Diggs isn't putting Instagram stories up.
No, he probably still is. Yeah. Stephon Diggs, biggest diva since Antonio Brown.
Well, that's a hyperbole. Yeah. All right, so that's Scotty's 3 NFL ones here. Then I will close things out on the NFL side of things. My picks, as I scroll down to those away from my plethora of college, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So I guess we all have this one on our card, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Yeah. I'm taking
the under, right?
I'm taking Pittsburgh money line.
Jeez.
This one.
It's cursed.
Something feels off for me on this game. There's no Deshaun Watson. You got Dorian Thompson-Robinson starting, and it's even money for the Steelers, and they're actually able to run the ball the last couple of weeks. They figured out how to make Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris coexist. Fry removed. Hopefully it's coming back for them, and maybe they can actually complete a pass over the middle of the field instead of throwing to just the numbers. The defense is playing good. TJ Watt is just a freak. He's a one-man wrecking crew. I love Alex Highsmith. They'll miss Quan Alexander, lost for injury there. But something just feels like fool's gold to me. But I'm going to take it. Pittsburgh straight up, even money on the Steelers there.
Just found this.
Is it
just
a
for you, John? Just for you, John.
Hey, Leon, do you mind checking out John Eckert's comments real quick?
Well, I do agree with that. Chris does douche. That is very, very important for me. So, John, I do concur with that. And he also
take back all your comments and you can have it. It's my roommates.
And he also would like the lighter, Chris. So he's got that going for him. Why do you have a Steelers lighter?
It's in the office.
He got it from the gym.
Yeah, he got it from he got off the floor of a men's room in the Pittsburgh Greyhound.
In the
So I've been to the Greyhound in Pittsburgh. It's not pleasant, but
Okay.
All right. Speaking of places that aren't pleasant, Detroit, they're hosting the Bears. The Lions, look, Sunday 1:00 on Fox. Lions are 7.5-point favorites. Over under is 47.5. Here's a stat: the Lions are 13-4 straight up in their last 17 games. Dan Campbell isn't building a monster anymore. The monster's here. They're going from that feel-good story. Oh, the Lions, we're glad to see they're winning, to this is the team that has a shot to win the NFC, in my opinion. This team takes on the mantra of their head coach. They're going to fight. They're going to scrap. They're going to claw. They're going to do whatever it is. Bite ankles and kneecaps. And they're talented offensively. And Jameson Williams is getting back into the mix. He had a good game last week. We got to keep him away from the McDonald's. But I like the choice.
Can you bet on him to play well 2 games in a row? Do you want to take that gamble?
Is it a swipe at Jameson Williams and his gambling issues?
What? Did he get caught gambling or something?
Yeah. Did you hear about his McDonald's habit?
Yes, I almost mentioned. I almost made that a recommendation for the rundown.
Have you heard about that?
I have not.
I don't hate it.
Please
I don't know if I would
expound.
try it, but I'd try it. I think.
Jameson Williams likes to go to McDonald's, and on his burger, he likes to take a dollop of the McFlurry. Which, by the way, where the fuck is he getting the McFlurry? Because they don't work anywhere. Like the
Is it a plain burger?
Don't work.
If an NFL player comes in and asks for a McFlurry, your ice cream machine is probably going to start working.
Oh, they actually magically start working. They find the parts.
Yeah, they don't. They're not broken. They don't want to use it. They don't.
Whatever burger he gets,
is it plain? Is there ketchup and mustard on it?
On the picture I saw, I didn't see any ketchup and mustard unless it was on the underside. But he took off the burger and he put a dollop of McFlurry on top of it.
I don't hate it.
Ice cream and a burger don't go together, man.
Why are you keep saying?
Have you ever dipped your fries in a Frosty?
I've never had a Frosty straight up by itself.
Have you ever dipped your fries in one?
No.
What have you had a Frosty with, if not by itself?
I've had like a spoonful of my wife's Frosty. I'm not a sweet guy.
It's delicious. Sweet and salty.
That sounds like a euphemism.
We
do sweet and salty.
Yeah. So I got Detroit minus the 7.5 here. Justin Fields is back. It's not going to matter for Chicago.
I kind of like Chicago with the points. I like Detroit to win, but I think Chicago is going to keep it closer than we think.
All right. And then last game on my dance card here. I wish Ryan was here for this. We have Dallas at Carolina. By the way, you want to see, Dallas is, America's team. Wait till they go to Charlotte on Sunday. That entire place is going to be silver. It ain't going to be the Panthers accent color. It's going to be blue and silver. Cowboy fans everywhere. Dallas is 10.5 point favorite. Over unders 42.5. Carolina's just lost. They're like Ryan searching for meaning on the top of a mountain right now. Except Ryan will find his answers. Frank Wright and the Panthers won't. And it's looking more and more like he's going to be a one and done type coach because this team ain't getting any better in Charlotte. Their offense has been dreadful. He's taking back the play calling after 3 games. Look, if you're giving up play calling, now taking it back, you're still in your first season, you got a rookie quarterback that's not progressing. It's time to just pull the plug, blow the whole damn thing up in Carolina. Dak and CD are the best wide receiver quarterback duo together in football right now. It's going to get ugly. Dallas minus 10.5. They'll probably win this game by 3 touchdowns.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
This has got 35-10 written all over.
We're talking about
we're talking about your Dak and CeeDee Lamb.
Who do you think is better? Right now, as a wide receiver.
Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
Tua and Tyreek Hill.
I wish Ryan was here. I feel like he would be very passionate to defend
Jamar Chase.
So I'm not gonna go out on the limb for Dallas. But in my opinion, that's the best 1-2 punch right now. CD is putting up incredible numbers, especially over the last couple of weeks there. So
Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen.
What did you say?
Said Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen.
You're just naming wide receivers now?
Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen.
I know, you're just naming receivers and quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Better than
better.
Are you going to be Chris Olave and Derek Carr now?
Nah, I'll give you that
if Derek Carr was healthy. Jameis Winston and Chris Olave. Better than
we all hate
Patrick Mahomes and any one of us.
Correct.
All right, Swifty. All right, so
well, not Leon, but me and you, sure.
What, Swifties? We're on a live stream, so I'm not going to denigrate the Swifties because
Are you not listening to anything we're saying?
No, I try not to.
Yeah. Works well as a podcast format.
Oh yeah, well, it's like my Chris radar. It's just like I know to not listen. I just tune it out. Yeah. Did you guys see the story about in soccer, the UEFA, the Euro 2020? Oh, excuse me, 2024 next year, and the new ball that they have coming out.
A little bit, yeah.
So this new ball is pretty high tech. It's got all kinds of sensors in it and stuff. And pretty much is going to make the referees be able to determine, whether it's a goal or if someone's offside. The story I sent, which if you all are at home, Fox 5 DC has his article. You can pull it up and take a look. But they got the ball and it's like cut in half. And you can see the inside of the ball and see all these cool wires and chips and stuff. My question is this. If they can do this in soccer, and if this works well next year at Euro 2024, why can't we have this in the NFL? The fact that it's 2023 and we're still taking measurements with chains is beyond me.
It infuriates me. A lot of things piss me off about the NFL, but the chain crew is the number one thing. It makes no sense. All this technology we have, and if it's close to a first down, you have to call for a measurement, and we're waiting on two or three 60-year-olds to come down the field and try not to trip up all the players, and then hopefully they're standing in the right spot. So we can
What was that?
Why are you trying to take jobs away by using AI?
Somebody's got to put the chip in the ball.
Yeah. And if this can be done,
it's going to be over in Taiwan.
This can be done more accurately, and we can get a better reading. You're right. Rather than getting the chains, and how many times have we seen the officials, scoot the ball back a little bit here and there? If we're going to go all in and just go with AI and do replay and stuff all the time, if we want things to be accurate, let's just go ahead and make it fully accurate.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, makes no sense.
You have to rewire the fields and do all that stuff for exact. Did you send this in the rundown or no?
Yeah, it's right there under NFL stories, and I'm trying to share the picture, but I'm getting a reserve ad popped up here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that.
You don't want to see your targeted ads.
Well, it's all hoops, But that's the ball there.
There's a chick.
Well, I'm getting an ad.
Shocker.
Blame Fox 5 DC for that. But it's got a what is this called? A gyroscope inside the ball, which sends data 500 times per second, which is kick. The kick point helps match officials make offside decisions when using multiple cameras to create a 3D visualization that illustrates player movements. As you can see the ball there. I think it's pretty cool.
Didn't they already come up with the offsides VAR that's pretty dope and accurate?
VAR has had a ton of issues in soccer. There was a controversy in the Premier League a couple weeks ago over VAR. It's not been a good product. But if you didn't put the chip in the ball, I know they tried something similar. I want to say in the XFL, the one that got before COVID killed it. I remember McAfee was saying that, or was it the USFL? I remember he was saying the kick playing the ball didn't feel right. It wasn't traveling right. Anytime
they're also in the USFL. That might have something to do with it.
What do they do with the how does tennis come up with the bird's eye? Because that is awesome.
I've always wondered that too, because it's like, are they really using technology, or is it just somebody with like a controller like in the booth? It's like, fuck it, they won't know.
I'm not sure. I don't really watch a lot of tennis, but I imagine it's probably just like a laser kind of GPS map thing of the court, and they have the sensors there to tell where the ball hit. I mean, at that rate, you literally can just have like a sensor.
Because if they can do that during a tennis game at 140 miles an hour, they should be able to figure that out in the NFL.
Yeah, even if they don't put a chip in the ball, they have to be able to do something better than the chain crew.
No,
it's ridiculous.
How much further would you take this? I mean, obviously, NFL could work. I think it could work in the NHL if you put like a chip inside the puck. Would you guys want to see it in baseball? Would it be possible to put a chip inside of a baseball so we could get strike zone, and maybe we just have fully automated strike zone that way?
No, you can't put it inside that ball because it's getting smacked by a bat. It's gonna break the thing.
Could you imagine how expensive that is too? You know how many baseballs are loud? Some little kids got technology there with all that inside of it. Here, I'm going to share you real quick before we move on to something else. Circle back real quick to Jameson Williams and his McDonald's. That, if you can see here, as I try to pivot things over.
Oh, there is ketchup and pickles on the other bun.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not eating that, though.
That's a problem.
Maybe he's not eating the other bun.
It's not.
Yeah, I agree. If you got the ketchup and pickles, and
there's ketchup and pickles and all that stuff there. He's putting his
If it was plain, it's just a cheeseburger, I would try it. That's not that bad. But with the ketchup and pickles.
Chris, how much
He's a
would we have
psycho.
to pay you? How much would we have to pay you?
Just get it DoorDash to my house, and I'll do it next week.
You can't get it DoorDash. The freaking ice cream will melt
You
before
get-
then.
We can DoorDash it to your house, and then he's gonna like sign up to pick it up.
Go get paid during the podcast.
He's probably done that before. Picked up his
You
own
know,
order.
I do have a freezer in my house, so I could refreeze it if necessary.
Yeah, but then the molecules aren't right. It's not at the right constitution. It needs to be soft serve.
All right, well then get it DoorDash to my house at 6:30 or whatever. Next week.
I want you to go through the drive-through live on air and then get pulled over eating this thing going down the highway.
Oh, okay.
As he's now
No,
frozen.
I was just flabbergasted by how stupid that comment was.
I just want you to go to jail live on the podcast.
Okay, pay for it. I'll go pick it up and I'll eat it on camera.
There we go. Do they make different? I never had a McFlurry either. Do they make?
It's either Oreos or M&Ms.
It's a blizzard, basically.
So you would. Did that picture have Oreos or M&Ms? Was it?
Yeah, it was
was
Oreos.
It's probably Oreos.
Ooh,
Those
Oreo
Oreos.
burger is just not.
I'll do it.
That is unsavory. All right, so
I need to refuel after the gym next week. So,
there we go. Well, one thing that I hope that you do after the gym is shower. You do shower after the gym, right?
I did. Yes.
Okay. That's good to know. I want to know that. So, Jake Malisak works for Barstool Sports. He's like a producer, kind of behind the scenes guy. Gets on the air sometimes. They were doing a show. Long story short, he admitted on the air that he does not use body wash or soap of any kind in the shower. And Chris, before you denigrate him too much, Jake Malisak is one of your own. He's a University of Virginia alum. Well, you're not an alum. You're a Virginia fan. You can't find Charlottesville, Virginia on the map. But this gentleman's smart and went to UVA, but he does not bathe himself with body wash or soap. What say you?
He's white, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do white people not use body wash and soap?
Yeah.
White people don't shower, apparently. Celebrities don't, at least. You remember that whole string of white people? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well,
Was
hippies.
it was Jake Gyllenhaal?
Did Gwyneth Paltrow not shower?
Wasn't Mila Kunis one of them?
Yeah, Mila Kunis
Yeah,
and what's her husband's name?
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. They were talking about it. They don't shower like more than once a week because of the natural body oils. I don't fucking know, man. It's gross.
I had a friend in college.
Scrub yourself, people.
She was in that realm. Very green person. Very, I'm going to save the environment, save the whales, save the world. And
Pussy was probably green too.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But yeah, very much so that way. I'm like, I'm not going to shower because you're supposed to have a certain amount of filth and stuff. I agree to that to a certain extent. We Purell ourselves, especially children and stuff. You're supposed to get dirty, but at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, you're supposed to wash your ass, and you're supposed to use soap or body wash on there. This isn't 1238. You know, like we have technology. Can you imagine how bad people smelled back in the day?
Yeah. So I used to be a big fan of The Walking Dead, and that was one of the things that I would always wonder. Them fuckers have to smell like shit.
Oh yeah.
The zombie apocalypse.
But you probably want to blend in with the smell of decaying flesh by the zombies. So
yeah, but I guess back then you probably were used to it. So
Chris, that's a good call. You don't want a bunch of cologne and perfume on you. Yeah. The zombies, if they have a sense of smell,
and eventually you'll go nose blind.
Yeah.
But so wash your ass, people.
So let me pose this to you because this made me think about something else. So Malisak doesn't use body wash, doesn't use soap. Now, one thing that I've encountered in my travels when I've stayed over other people's houses, as I speak for the black delegation on this show, since Ryan's not.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
What is up with white people not using a washcloth? in the black world, when someone stays at your home and you put out a towel, you put out a washcloth, and I've had friends stay over, and I'm like, I go to put the stuff in the laundry, this washcloth is bone dry.
Yeah.
And I've stayed at houses where I have not been offered a washcloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't use a washcloth growing up. I use little scrunchy loofah things now, but yeah, I didn't use a washcloth. My mom did. I don't know why I didn't.
Why do you know what your mom used?
Because I would see washcloths and she would always be like, "Oh, do you need a washcloth?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I got one."
Chris, are you a washcloth guy?
No.
No. You've showered at my home before, and I've offered you a washcloth, and you have declined. To my
why make more laundry for no reason?
How do you
my
make
hands work just as.
How do you make ladder?
It's like washing
you rub your hands together. Yeah. You rub it against your body.
It's not as efficient.
It's probably not efficient at all. You're probably saving a lot of body wash by using a washcloth. But
also, like, okay.
I don't measure my body wash. I just pump it into my hand and fucking go to work.
Yes.
Please isolate that. Please isolate that.
Same with lotion.
Yeah.
56 minutes into the show, pump it into my hand and go to work.
Yep.
There is a short.
Yep.
Show title?
Yeah. This was also explained while he was torn at the gym.
Yeah.
But, all right. So,
yeah.
Let me ask you this. You use body wash now?
Yeah.
Scotty, body wash?
Yeah.
Unless I'm in a pinch and all I have is a bar of soap. Like I run out of body wash.
I always use soap or body wash.
That was my next question.
I just didn't always use a washcloth.
When you were like 7, because like body wash wasn't as prevalent then as it is now.
Bar of soap.
Did you take a bar of Irish Spring and you were washing your ass with a bar of Irish Spring?
No. You lather it up in your hand and then you do what you do. You don't rub the bar of soap between your ass cheeks. No.
I did it. I would on my arms, but everything else.
Yeah. You rub your body with it. Then for the sensitive areas, you just lather it up in your hand and then you go.
My dear friend Leland Conway.
That is definitely.
He sounds like he doesn't use body wash or soap too. Okay.
He does. He hosts a show on 620 KHOW out in Denver.
Hey, we're not giving free advertising.
Hey, well,
he hasn't shouted us out.
So he does a segment called Twisted View on Friday, which is just a bunch of guys shooting the breeze, kind of like us.
Yeah.
They have a news guy there named Ross Kaminsky who admitted on their show a few weeks ago that he doesn't wash his legs in the shower. That he says the water just falls and everything goes down.
I worked with a guy who said that he did not wash his feet because the water went down and wouldn't wash his daughter's feet either. He didn't like touching feet.
Ooh, I feel like that's a white girl thing, not washing their feet.
He was this. We worked together with him, Leon, and he was not white.
Interesting. But Scott, you brought up the point. That's a white girl thing, not wash the feet, and especially when the summer comes and they all have their feet on the dashboard of a trailer going down the highway to a Dave Matthews concert. You just see black souls.
Yeah, it looks like their feet are doing blackface.
I wish I had my dad might be racist. God damn it.
They might be.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
They're doing it, not me.
All right. So
wash your feet, people. Wash your ass.
Body wash or soap in the shower, and you should definitely wash your legs and undercarriage and all of that stuff.
Wash it.
Okay.
Just wash it.
Maybe we send Chris in there with a GoPro next week to illustrate to people how to properly wash, and so we have visual proof that he actually washes.
I'm good. I think I'm good on that.
Did you sign up for an OnlyFans? That's the only place that's gonna fly.
That's what Ryan's doing right now. That's why he hasn't been here the last couple of weeks. He's signing up for old fans right now. This
Only grands.
Only grands, yeah. It's just pictures of Ryan relaxing in his chair at home, leaning back with a nice warm blanket pulled up on him. Yeah. Corn cob pipe. He's drinking a glass of warm milk. Only grands. There we go. All right. One more thing before we get out of here. Scotty, you said something over that was really interesting. I can't find it on my sheet here.
Did I? Shit. What did I send you?
Well,
Let's see.
isn't that-
Which one? The Twitch star with the beer or the Netflix cup story?
the Netflix Cup story.
Yeah. So
I'd rather do the beer one, but that's fine.
I really don't know. Well,
Fine.
I think we've grossed people out enough. Let's just go with the Netflix cup. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was, but one of my favorite comedians is Tom Segura. And if you know who he is, you know his best friend is Bert Kreischer, and he retweeted a picture, and it's a lady protesting on a golf course, and there's what I thought was a security guard tackling her. I looked, and it's fucking Bert Kreischer. So what is a Netflix Cup, and why is Bert Kreischer working in security and tackling protesters?
So the Netflix Cup was remember the Capital One Challenge thing that they did during the pandemic
Yes.
with the golf, like Phil versus Tiger and stuff. It's like that, but it was for golf. And it was Netflix's first live sporting event that they've ever done. And it was a handful of PGA Tour golfers and then some Formula One drivers, because Formula One is in Vegas
Okay.
for the race this weekend. They're playing at whatever the course in Vegas that they did the last Capital One thing, whatever at. It's like 12 holes, and it was awful. I watched like 5 minutes of it, and I wanted to take my life behind a Denny's. It was just, the production quality was not good. There was no score bugs half the time. You know what was going on. Kay Adams, bless her heart, was hosting it. I don't know why Bert Kreischer was there.
I'm reading the story now. He was serving as the equivalent of a sideline reporter. And I guess before the event even started, this protester walked onto the course and he kind of wrapped her up.
Do we know what she was protesting?
I think it had something to do with the Israel-Palestine Hamas thing that we will not get into.
No. Okay.
No, we won't.
Well, I was wondering. I thought maybe because golf course, especially in the middle of the desert, thought maybe it was like a green protester, especially with F1 in town. Because like in England a couple years ago, a bunch of green people went out there and they tried to get on the track and like lay down. And we've seen other racetracks where they tried to glue themselves to the tracks. So I thought maybe it's part of that crew, but I guess not.
Hey, Leon.
Yo,
can you read Casey South's comments real quick?
I wear my sunglasses at night.
And
you can actually highlight them and put them on there? That's pretty cool.
And then after that, he definitely looks like a douche. Casey, I don't know who you are, but you're a brilliant person, and I would agree. He looks
didn't know we had smart fans.
Yeah.
He's one of my best friends.
Well, that explains so much, and I feel sorry.
Well, he's very patient.
Yeah. Unlike the man who tore Chris at the gym. He was not patient, which is why he was torn.
Yeah.
And on that unfortunate note, I guess we should get out of here as we're about 30 minutes away from kickoff at M&T Bank Stadium between Baltimore and Cincinnati. Scotty, where can we find this monstrosity?
You can find us on the socials at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads at Let's Not Do This Podcast, and _ Let's Not Do This on X/Twitter. And follow us or subscribe. You should have put subscribe. That's cool. Subscribe to the YouTube, please. That's please. If nothing else, subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes, subscribe to the YouTube, like the YouTube, and for the algorithm, make sure to leave a comment. So if you want
to
tell
a functional link?
Yes, that's a functional link.
Like if somebody can click on it right now?
Oh,
if they're watching?
I don't think that is clickable in the video. I got to figure that part out.
Can you put it in? Can you put a comment on the live streams for that?
With
the link?
We'll have that.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Do it now.
We're on StreamCloud, StreamYard 1.0 here. Okay.
Yeah.
We got two people.
I mean, you made that. Highlight it, copy it, and then post it as a comment.
That requires effort.
It won't let me highlight it, so I don't think it's highlightable.
Yeah. Well, this has not been a highlight at the end of this podcast, and Chris's face definitely hasn't been a highlight to see on this thing. So,
if the moneymaker.
Real quick, if Lamar Jackson gets the first touchdown tonight, I'll buy rounds for you two and anybody listening that wants to come out to wherever we decide to go this weekend.
Hey, Scotty, Virginia Tech, NC State, Saturday. We have to watch that together.
Oh yeah.
Pack will roll over the
shit bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that Saturday.
All right. We'll see you when we see you. Keep your stick on the ice. We out.
Head on the swivel.